there is fire on the mountain in the ruling APC, and this might cost some exodus out of the party. This is coming in the wake of the different primaries conducted by the party. Some aggrieved federal lawmakers in the APC have taken their grievances to the presidential villa, and President Muhammadu Buhari is now urging aggrieved senators under the All Progressives Congress to exercise restraint in their move to defect from the party, asserting that it is a threat to the APC majority in the National Assembly. The president made a comment while meeting with some aggrieved senators led by the chief whip of the Senate, Senator Orji Uzo Kalu, in the council chamber of the presidential villa. He says that the leadership of the APC will sustain the hearing and healing process that it started to ensure fairness, justice, and oneness before the 2023 general elections. Some of the senators spoke. In fact, we understand that the 22 of them spoke on their own grievances, and here are some of what the president said at that meeting.
I have noted your grievances, particularly as it concerns the just concluded processes, the cost to the nation, the threat to the majority position held by our party in the legislative chambers, and likely consequent costs to the electoral fortunes of our party as we approach the general elections. We must not allow these dire threats to come to pass. As part of the policy of using the party machinery for effective resolution of conflict, the chairman and some members of the National Working Committee visited the National Assembly recently to dialogue with our legislators. The leadership of the party is currently addressing the outcomes as part of the way forward. I am encouraging all the party functionaries to adhere to the truth and to be fair to all parties in any dispute.
So you heard the president. There's a lot happening under the ground that we do not know in the APC. If you see leaders of the party in the National Assembly leaving, jumping ship, dumping the party, abandoning the ship, and going to the other side, you know that there is more than fire that is burning in that party. So tonight, let's hear from one of the major stakeholders in the party, and perhaps one person that you would have heard defect from the APC is Senator Adamu Mohammed Bokachua. He joins us live in our studio tonight. Thank you so much, distinguished Senator, for joining us.
Thank you for having me tonight.
So you would have left the APC?
No, I wasn't part of that, but, you know, when you have so many people aggrieved, so many senators who have served, and diligently too, they worked hard to see APC come to power. And all of a sudden, after 2 terms of Mr. President, the election, or rather primaries, that took place, you know, there's a lot to be desired. And in the process, the APC's legislators had so much casualties. And, you know, they say in my language, you can't beat a child and stop him from crying. So they exercised their grievance, they openly, some of them that are even in the leadership position in the Senate, for instance, didn't waste time and didn't wait to sound the opinion of any other person. They just crossed the carpet and they defected, and to all other parties, to PDP. And among these is the leader, Senate leader, I mean, this is a serious development.
That's perhaps the biggest disaster for your party in the National Assembly.
That's right.
When the leader of the senators of the APC is jumping ship.
Yes.
So we understand that his governors also denied him ticket. That's the allegation.
Well, actually what happened was there was so much rancor in Kebbi State, where the leader came from. And in fact, the most prominent member of the APC in Kebbi State, in the person of Senator Adamu Alero, who was two-time governor in Kebbi, even he himself was denied the privileges of serving APC or being a foremost senator, with a lot of following.
Yeah, Senator, you got your ticket. You're coming back.
No.
You didn't get a ticket. You don't want to return.
No, I withdrew.
You withdrew from the race.
Yes.
Is there any reason why you withdrew?
Well, you see, everybody has a way of protesting. The reason why I withdrew was very simple. I complained about the process, and the team that was sent from Abuja to conduct primaries for the Senate, well, for the governorship, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. I think from my discussion with them, our meeting, it looks like they went to Bauchi with a predetermined mind.
So you withdrew before the primaries?
Yes.
You knew that you were not going to have...
Yes, I tried to make sure that things are put right. So since the answers I got were that...
Were you able to confront your governor about this?
We have no governor. We have no APC governor.
I was going to, in Bauchi, there's no APC.
There is no APC governor.
Senator Bala Mohammed is of the PDP.
Yes.
But, I mean, who are you attributing? Because in the APC state, some of the senators are alleging the governors are the ones behind their
That's
appeal.
right, but it's not the same case in Bauchi state.
So who is behind yours?
Well, I don't know. I would say the party leadership and, of course, the gentleman who is assigned the responsibility of leading APC in Bauchi State.
And who is this?
This is a minister for education.
So he's the one...
Not elected. Of course, you know ministers are not elected.
But they are the presumed leader of the party.
Yes, but that's unusual.
But have you had a conversation with him?
Of course I did.
About your grievances?
About even before there were suggestions how things could go amicably, and APC would not lose anything. But since those suggestions were not adhered to, as a result, two of my colleagues just jumped ship.
So in Bauchi State now, you are...
I'm the only one still
in the APC.
In the APC.
So you are
the other two senators...
You are the lone child of the APC in the National Assembly.
Yes, but you see...
How sad do you feel about this?
No, I feel very sad because my role in establishing APC itself in Bauchi is phenomenal. Of course, everybody knows that.
So you feel that you've been shortchanged?
Well, I feel things did not go right.
All right. I mean, you are a very good friend to the president.
So?
I mean, so are you able to tell him your mind today?
But no, the president, you know, he is a father for all. And since he personally selected the party chairman to be the consensus candidate, you don't expect him to turn around and say, you chairman, you didn't do well.
But I mean, Bauchi State is one of the largest voting states.
It's one of them.
Do you see the chances of your party being threatened at the polls?
It is definitely threatened.
Now, I mean, you very much aware of what is happening in the APC. We understand that some of the APC governors, those who are seeking second term, they had a bargain that they will get automatic ticket.
Well,
so do you feel bad that this was not the lot of the lawmakers?
No, in fact, it's not the generality of lawmakers. In the case of Bauchi, members of the State Assembly, we had from the beginning of 2019, we had 22 lawmakers in the State Assembly who are APC, and as against the total number of 31. And APC had 22. But as time went on, about 12 of them, or 11 or 12, decamped to PDP. So in the 2022 primaries, the remaining APC members of the State Assembly were given automatic ticket.
So, what is happening now? You said for Bauchi State, the chance of the party is threatened.
I am telling you, it is.
Yeah. How many of your colleagues will probably be returning? They're very.
No, nobody.
I'm talking generally in the APC in the Senate.
In the Senate from Bauchi?
No. From APC in the Senate generally. Do you know how many of them that are returning?
I think they are not more than 38.
Out of the almost 70 or 60?
About 75, 78.
And one of the reasons I understand that the lawmakers wanted the Electoral Act to be framed in a certain way was also to secure for themselves a possible return to the National Assembly.
No, that is not the truth. The truth is, we have been contacting the executive all along when we're doing the new Electoral Act. And the president has persistently told us that his wish is for the National Assembly to hand over the party to the people so that there will be true democracy. And our fashioning of the Electoral Act in this manner is an attempt by the National Assembly to really return the party to the masses so that they will have a voice, and that in their...
And so that the governors and some individuals will not overpower the process.
Yes, the governors and other stakeholders will not just be in control and make sure that only those they like or their cronies are elected.
So, but that didn't happen, unfortunately.
That didn't happen because...
It looks like the lawmakers have shot themselves in the foot, isn't it?
No, we didn't. The legislature didn't. But if you don't forget, the first act we gave Mr. President, he returned it with an amendment. So, if he had signed that one, everything would have gone normal. But we think he was influenced by the Minister of Justice, who I think he believed that the Electoral Act doesn't favor him personally. So he advised Mr. President not to sign and send an amendment. And we have cooperated with Mr. President all through from 2019 to date. And, well, we thought, okay, Mr. President brought in his amendment, and we looked at the amendment. We said, okay, so let it be. So we fashioned it along his amendment and sent it back. Sooner did we do that, the same minister who advised him to sign now went to court in the name of the president and himself.
Are you referring to the Attorney General?
Yes, Attorney General.
Did you lay all of these complaints before the president?
No, that is not the... That's
the
not
premise
the,
of... I mean, that's not the business
that's
of
not
today.
The
in the
venue
business
for
of
it.
Today, Senator,
the business
were
of
you
today.
able to ask for a compensation, since some of you are not returning? Did the president, was he able to promise any kind of compensation or recompensation for the loss?
What the president promised was that, okay, all these grievances would be looked into. And for those whose case or cases would be adjusted and they may be able to get their ticket, that is okay. For those who are really staunch APC members and who had worked hard for APC and who will still work hard to ensure APC victory at the state level and at the national level, those senators whose case cannot be adjusted will be compensated somehow.
How?
Well,
did he state how?
No, he didn't state.
Did he state how? I mean, procedure and modality?
Not procedure, but he says will be carried along.
Were there any party leadership present at that meeting?
The only party leadership, no. In fact, for party, no, nobody was there.
But when you met,
only from the Senate, and the leadership of the Senate was represented by
Chief Whip.
Ojo Uzo, the Chief Whip.
Now, when the leadership of the party met with you, what was the promise made?
The promise was all aggrieved senators addressed the party chairman and told him in no uncertain terms about their grievance, about why they are angry. And after listening to everybody, the party chairman has no other answer than to say, I accept responsibility. And I will see whatever that could be done to rescue or to amend what had gone wrong. So that was his answer. And after we had finished our meeting, the press asked him, and he repeated the same thing.
So you are not happy with what has happened?
No, I am not.
Would you work for the party in the 2023 election?
Since I am still part of the party, I will. But given what is happening back in Bauchi, for instance, so many people have jumped ship. So many APC.
So you see Senator Bala Mohammed possibly winning the governorship and PDP possibly winning Bauchi State in 2023?
It's possible. I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out.
Higher than before now.
I wouldn't rule it out, yes.
If there was a possibility of 9 over 10, 10 being the highest before, what does it look like now?
Now it's 50-50.
There's danger.
A very big one.
And you alone cannot fight the battle?
Well, I alone cannot fight that battle. Of course, I have followers that I can convince, but I'm not sure whether I can cover the remaining 50.
So do you also smell trouble? President Buhari, who is a very good friend, is not going to be on the ballot in 2023.
He is not going to be. That is another hurdle for us.
But how would that play out?
Well, you
the
see,
almost 10 million vote that he always had, would that go into the wind?
You mean 10 million?
President Buhari.
No, President Buhari had more than 10. He had 15, 14, 15 and above, yes.
But I'm saying now that is not on the ballot. Is that threatening?
I'm not sure APC will get that much.
Again?
No, not for presidential.
Now,
because
about Bola Tinubu, you know much about him.
I know a lot about him.
Yeah. So, I mean, a Muslim ticket, do you think that will work?
No. That one, I always de-emphasize it. This, I don't know why it's an issue.
Is it not an issue?
It's not. I don't think so. Because, look, the quality of a president hasn't got anything to do with his religion. I thought we are voting a president for Nigeria, not from where he comes from, or his religion, or his tribe. No. So please, people should de-emphasize.
We're in a very diverse nation.
We are diverse,
of
but then what is the meaning of democracy?
Of tribes and tongues.
Yes, what is the meaning of democracy?
And the multiplicity of religion and belief system.
Exactly, but it doesn't mean that everybody must be taken into consideration.
Why did the law talk about federal character?
Federal character is
respect
only
for all
in employment
and belief system.
In employment, when federal government is employing, or when within a state, the state government is employing, you should observe federal character.
But I mean,
that is the area,
Senator,
where
you are very entrenched in the politics of the North.
I am.
You know what your people believe. You think a northern Christian...
Are you talking for my people
now?
No,
I'm asking, would your people accept a Christian, popularly accept a Christian candidate for your party? Is it possible in the North?
Wait a minute. Have you forgotten that Gawan was head of state for so long, even though military? He wasn't ousted by his colleagues. He's a Christian from the North. Was he not accepted? And if you don't forget, it's the North that elected Obasanjo. Is he not a Christian? We voted for him.
Obasanjo had an Atiku Abubakar, a Muslim.
Listen, Obasanjo wasn't elected in his ward, in his polling unit outside his house. But we elected him all the same, a Christian.
So you think things will change this time around?
No, nothing.
You think the North would not bother if there is a Christian vice presidential candidate for the APC?
Look, where were you in 1992 when Abiola and Kingibe were elected?
You think the situation is the same?
No, I don't say the situation is the same. I'm asking you, where were you?
I'm here in this country.
Yes.
I followed. I probably voted.
Did you vote?
I probably did.
And if you did...
So the question is, was the situation the same, Senator, compared to now?
What I am saying is that the issue of religion and ethnicity was not being propagated as much as it is now being made.
Do you think your party can win 2023 elections,
we
Senator?
thought we had one Nigeria.
Yeah, but things are very polarized.
But anybody that would say we can't accept Muslim or Christian...
But the Nigeria of today is different from the Nigeria at the time that you're describing.
No.
So, let's wrap up this conversation, Senator.
Yes.
Do you think that your party can win 2023 election with Bola Tinubu?
Well, it depends on circumstances.
Against Atiku Abubakar?
One is still, his running mate is not truly known. The one that is now warming the seat, everybody, including Tinubu himself, knew that he is not the real running mate. So we wait. And these are some of the circumstances that will determine whether he will win or he will not.
Well, it's not certain yet for you from what you are looking at.
No, but we don't know the running mate. The running mate will make a lot of difference.
All right. Senator Adamu Muhammad Bokochua, it's always a pleasure having the political conversations with you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it.